Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be reviewing some more Holbein materials that they've sent me for free. We are going to decide together whether we love it, do we hate it, do we need it in our lives, or is it something to put on your Christmas lists for, might be nice to have, but I'm glad you're joining me for this. Let's have some fun. Looks like we've got some pencils here. So, what have we got here? We have Holbein colored pencil violet, pansy, white, soft white. This is exciting because I have been in love with Holbein's white pencil ever since they sent me their last package and I got to try it out. But previously my favorites were Faber-Castell and Art and Fly for whites, and Prismacolor is also pretty good. The Holbein white colored pencil, I feel like, knocks those guys out of the park. Obviously, it is a white colored pencil, so it's not like a pastel where it is fully pigmented. I'm still using it mostly for burnishing and blending, but it's got more pigmentation, I think, than most other brands that I've tried. If you would be interested in a white colored pencil comparison video, drop a comment below because I've been thinking about doing that. I'm not sure if anybody would be interested, so yeah, let me know if you want to see that. But there's more stuff in the bag, so let's keep going. Looks like the Holbein colored pencil blender Meltz. Looks like this. This is the precursor to the Meltz pens that I reviewed in my previous Holbein video. It's the same stuff as in the pens, but a different application. I think you use a paintbrush. Yeah, if you look, it looks like you use a paintbrush to apply this, and it should blend your colored pencils. All right, let me go get some paper and let's get started. Okay, to be testing out these pencils, I've got a scrap of my favorite paper for colored pencil, which is Strathmore Bristol Smooth 500 series. I'm also going to be using a piece of black paper from Canson, the black drawing paper. I've got a glass of water, flat and a round brush. So first, let's see what the difference between the violet and the pansy are. We'll start with pansy because P comes before V in the alphabet. All right, so that was pansy. I would call it a lovely sort of middle of the road violet color, a dark violet. And by middle of the road, I mean it's neither red purple nor blue purple, so it's neither warm nor cool. This would be an excellent color to have for shadow work or anything because that would complement yellows, blues, purples, reds, almost anything. Let's go ahead and test out the violet next. So that was violet. Both pencils were very enjoyable to use. They have a softer texture than either Faber-Castell or Art and Fly, for example. In terms of color, I would say the shade of the violet is slightly warmer than the pansy. So the pansy, as I said earlier, was kind of a middle purple. This one leans a little bit more towards the red spectrum. The tone is almost identical. So if you change this to black and white, to grayscale, I bet they would look almost the same. Now I'm going to add white to these. I'll start with the regular white. And then let's try it with the soft white. Oh, I didn't read that. It says use knife to sharpen. Oh, I have an electric sharpener. I prefer it this way. All right, I didn't see a difference just by blending the purple with the two whites, so we'll have to check those again on the black paper. But first, I want to lay down 2 colors before we start using the melts. For this last swatch, I'm going to be using Holbein Cobalt Blue and Carmine. I don't know, I wonder if, so do you have to shake it, or I'm not really sure. It doesn't have instructions on it. I think I'm going to get like a little plastic thing to pour it into for like a mini palette and see how that works. Got a little plastic party cup thing here, and I'm just going to pour a little in there. I'm going to start by using my round brush. I tried to get a nice thick layer of pencil down because I suspect it'll probably work better that way. Oh, that looks pretty so far. Wow, it's really picking up that colored pencil. That's like more powerful than solvent. I don't know if you've ever used solvent before to blend colored pencils. This is very powerful. It's just like melting it. I suppose that's why they call it Meltz. That'd be kind of, yeah, that would make sense. Oh, it's making the colors super bright. Look at that. I am kind of streaky. Wow, look at that red. That is stunning. Okay, so I'm gonna borrow this other brush here that's dry to try to blend those streaks back out. All right. Holy moly, that is gorgeous. Look at that. Now, I'm not practiced with it, so I suspect if you knew what you were doing, you would avoid making this kind of a mess, but look how bright those colors got. Like, my goodness. I'm gonna try it on the purples as well, just so we have the experience. And I'm gonna give myself a little bit more. So maybe that's the trick, is not to overwork in areas. Just put the melts down and keep moving. Whoop, nope, still not working. Wow, that worked really well. All right, so if you saw my previous video talking about the Meltz pens, whoops, I was not particularly impressed. I didn't think they did a lot. However, this is like powerful. Like, it should come with a warning label of look how much that picks it up. I'm not sure how I would use this in practical application, just because it is kind of difficult. Like, it works so well that it's relocating all my pencil work. So I'm thinking perhaps I would use it for detail blending as opposed to like a large area. I'm not sure. Let's try it with this flat brush before I go too far with that thought. Maybe I'm using too much. The flat brush is a little easier to control, definitely. And just to see, I wonder if I can put more layers on top. All right, that is not working very well. So I would suggest, and by the way, this one is dry, just so you know. These are still wet, so I'm putting a little bit of color on top of this swatch to see if it will work. But the tooth is like gone, so I wouldn't suggest using the Meltz unless you're sure this is your final layer, because I'm really not picking up much pencil on this side now that it's been melted. Let's see how the back side of the paper did. This paper's thick enough. There's been no bleed through. Obviously, this is the first time I've tried it. I could use some practice and experimentation. First impressions are I like it. I'm really impressed by how brilliant it made some of these colors. There's no oil bloom that you get from mineral spirits. It just is the color of whatever the paintbrush had at the time. So there's no bleed through on that. The back of this paper worked well, although there is a warning on the bottle that some papers you can bleed through on that. Real quick, we're going to check the differences between the soft white and the white. So this is the white. Let's try the soft white. Okay, so that is not what I expected at all. I thought soft white, I thought that was going to mean that it was a paler white, like less intense, maybe for just burnishing or blending or whatever, less pigmentation, but I had that completely wrong. It refers to the texture of the core. So the soft white was far softer to apply and therefore more highly pigmented than the regular white pencil. That also explains why it says to use a knife to sharpen the soft white, whereas the regular one does not. I used an electric sharpener on both. I did not have any problems with breaking the core. I was really impressed. So this is a much softer texture. So you're going to get a brighter white than the regular white pencil. I'm not sure if you can see it on camera so well, but this is slightly brighter white than this one. And just for kicks, we are going to go ahead and blend those up as well with the Meltz. I just splurted it all over my hand. There's possibly going to be some violet in here as well. Blending the soft white. Oh, snap. I am so silly. I forgot. Metallic colors and soft white will not blend and thin well with Holbein Meltz. So there I go. I tried to blend it and it did absolutely nothing. Well, now we know, ladies and gentlemen. Read the labels first. Let's see if it blends the regular white. Aha, it does. That's fascinating. I wonder what the difference is. If anybody is a colored pencil expert, let me know. Tell me what the difference is that the soft white wouldn't blend, but the regular white does. There we have it. So that was fun. My final verdict on everything, basically, is it worth it? Do we want it? Yes, on all counts. I liked them all. I've taken the time to look up some prices from Jerry's Artarama for you of what each of these costs, in case you're interested, and I will leave links to these products below. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me for yet another video. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it for you. As always, if you have any ideas for products you would like to see tested, brands reviewed, or particular tutorials you would like to see made, leave your comments. I love your suggestions and I will make it happen if it's in my power to do so. I wish you a wonderful rest of your week. Goodbye.